nobody touch me. I could turn auntie into a. I'm in an S5 facing comfy, cause can't name that got bring me, dummy.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. The first of three on this fine Sunday. It is Super Wild Card Weekend, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one will not be returned over the back line of the end zone, so the offense will get the ball at a decent spot, the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's got a man. That's Traylon Burks. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
That is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Southern California.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here we go. They run with the longtime Bengal, Joe Mixon. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
South.
In motion now, it's Collins. A second down throw for Stroud. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw here on first down. A throw left side finds Dell. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, Stroud. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That one taken in. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They send a receiver in motion left. Here's 3rd and 2. They send the tight end in motion. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Man in motion, it's Diggs. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
He gets close to the yellow line. Tackle made at the 46.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Man in motion, it's Diggs. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And they've got it. Going to pick up the 1st down there. Right around midfield.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. 1 quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC playoffs. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now, faking the give. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And that is incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Why, Tony?
Throwing on second down. Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. On first down, it's Stroud. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. He's still on his feet. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now, Stroud. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They send Ridley in motion. First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. The veteran Danico Autry brings him down. Here's second and 9. They'll send their tight end left. He'll look to throw. That's going to be picked off by the rookie from Georgia, Kamari Lassiter. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Here we go.
On third down, here's a run by Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This about as short as you can get. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That caught Tony Pollard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. McKenzie with the reception. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. It's a big one for Tennessee. 42 yards. Back to throw. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll take it on in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Stroud. This one intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick six. A touchdown for the defense. The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Titans are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. In motion now, it's Collins.
Hey, uno.
Now Stroud. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
And in a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
Hey, uno Mars.
Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Stroud. Going up top. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return.
17. Titans 14.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go. Tonight.
On first down, they'll start with Mixon. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Hey, south.
Man in motion, it's Diggs. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And he will dive into the end zone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Houston. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. In motion, it's Jackson. On the ground, it's Pollard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Now he takes off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. They send Ridley in motion. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep, pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. Still on his feet. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. They'll run here with Mixon. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Go Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will extend this third-quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go, let's go. 11. 19 Texans. Hey.
Stroud going to set up to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. A throw on the move. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
All right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
He'll look deep here for Burks. And he's in. Traylon Burks. Touchdown Titans. Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. And the Titans are able to cut the deficit to 10. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The give to Mixon from out of the pistol. Whoa! And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. One quarter remains here in this AFC wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Stroud to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They send Ridley in motion. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run here. And this one's not going to help the cause. He is going backwards. Tackled back at the 8.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Burks. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. He'll run. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third and long. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. First and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. Schultz is the motion man. That one knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And third down coming up. To throw, it's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Throwing is Stroud. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
On the quick, right?
In motion now, it's Collins. That'll be taken in by Mixon.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, Stroud. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Catch made there by Burks. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here we go. Hey, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars. Tonight.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
They'll try to run a reverse. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got it. That's Burks. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receiver.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That's Will Anderson, the defensive rookie of the year, in there to record the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They send Ridley in motion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Here we go. One final play. He's going to air this one out. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Texans. They are moving on in these playoffs. Won't have a long time to celebrate this one. Let's get right